Hello, hello, everybody.
Is it okay? Tell me.
Yes, yes. We're pretty much
Thank
live
you.
and well.
So you want to do the introduction part again for yourself, or we just jump into the questions?
Maybe it was just one line, so I'll do that again. Hi, I'm Amit, and I am a son, I am a husband, I am a father, and I am a pastor. I am pretty sure that's how it goes for me. So, this is who I am for you. And this 1 hour, you'll know more about me.
So, guys, once again, thank you for joining, and I'm very excited and nervous for this. So, help me through it. Let's do it together. So, we'll start with the questions.
Yeah.
I want to, first question would be, I want to know more about you. Tell me more about you, how your childhood was. Tell me about your family, your siblings, who all are there. So, a little about
So,
your beginning.
so my childhood was in a um, in a slum actually. मेरा बचपन एक स्लम एरिया में हुआ मैं पला बड़ा हूँ एंड वहाँ पर मुझे देयर एक्चुअली आई ग्रू अप the name of the area that I grew up is very funny actually. Once I had some work with my dad, I had gone to do some tax thing, and there I came to know the in the government register book, my area's name was very funny. It was Mau Chau Hau Ga Vasu. It is Maulali Chowk Galicha Vasti Sudharna. Galicha Vasti is unclean area, but so that's how my area was. So I don't feel bad about it. I feel good about it because from that Galicha area, unclean area, God cleaned me and made me who I am right now. So I I come from a slum area where even the day-to-day language was challenged. It was really challenging to not use those kind of language, those kind of words, and then come to what we are doing today. I kind of went astray a lot with specifically with the words, with the speech, but that's how I grew up.
So, what in that area and in that situations, what as a child, what did Amit Kamble thought he'll become growing up, and what did it look
Uh,
like?
my growing up was pretty much you can say aiming everywhere or aimless. Both would actually go together. For me, anything would go for me because जब मैं बड़ा हो रहा था तो जब मैं देखता था यू नो मैं फ्लाइट देखता था, पायलट को देखता था. I used to see, okay, I want to be a pilot. Then I used to see some movies where doctor is saving some patient. I was like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. Then I used to think, look at my last year's report card. I said, no, there's no chance I'm going to be a doctor. Then this typical doctor, then this typical doctor engineer thing was going around. But later in the days, I knew for the fact that there is something for me with music that's gonna stick around for a long time. I also nobody knows about this, but yeah, that's the reason this interview is all about. Nobody knows about this. I actually enrolled for chartered accountant also, which I did not
Oh,
go ahead with. I did not pursue because it was very hard for me. But yeah, yes.
so how was your school and college life like? Were you a good student? Were you studious? Were you like the
I was
Agyakari child, or you were naughty?
Okay, my childhood pertaining school and college, teenage. In the school, I was a very, people won't believe this, but I was a very meek kind of a person. I never used to talk much. I my Today I am 5'11" in height. I was 5'3" 5'3", 5'4", probably when I was in 10th standard. I think I was 5'2" or something. So I was the first one to stand in the assembly, in the row, first one, because I was short. And of course, first bench. I used to sit in the first bench, so I did not get any chance to do any kind of musty. Uh, when I grew up, I went back to my school to meet my teachers. Nobody recognized me. I said, "Okay, which year you were?" That's how invisible I was in school. So never got caught doing anything wrong or something. I was notorious, but quietly. Because I was very meek and quiet, nobody recognized me. And I wanted to do a lot of things, but I was rejected. I quite a lot tell this in my testimony every time, everywhere I go. I wanted to take part in dance and singing and whatnot, but I was rejected everywhere. Specifically in singing, all my friends who had come with me, just ऐसे ही मजाक मजाक में, just to make fun of me and the teacher, they auditioned with me. Everyone got selected except for me in singing. The sir literally told me, you can't sing, so you cannot be a part of the choir. So that was my school. I was an average student, always in 50% kind of a range. I used to get passed. And until eighth standard, my father came every year when the report card used to come. Every year he was called with me to meet the principal, and the principal used to tell, "Ki, this year we are allowing your son to just with grace marks to pass on." So that's my schooling. My college time was more on the ground playing cricket and yes, attending classes. That was very obvious reasons. Yeah.
So, coming to your school and you being rejected, especially from the area of music,
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong, you ended up working at the same school as a music
Yes.
teacher.
Yeah.
So, how was it?
So when I was teased for 2 years when I was a student there for eighth and ninth standard, I believe. 10th standard, we were not allowed to be a part of the choir. So for 2 years, I was being teased by my friends every day when I used to stand. I was short, so I was the first person and first boy standing there in front of the stage. And my friends used to tease me from the stage that we got selected, you will not get selected and stuff like that. So 2 years were years. I was being bullied, I can say, for 2 years. But then time went by. In college, I gave my life to Jesus and I got saved. I actually got saved when I was in ninth standard, but I came to know about the real, life living with Jesus when I was uh, uh, in college. And then what happened is, as years passed by, I learned guitar on my own, and I was a part of the church choir. I was singing, I was playing guitar, and I just thought, I should just give it a chance. Somebody just told me, why don't you just audition? I went there, I gave my uh, application. The principal, she told me, there is no vacancy. Who told you there is vacancy? We have a music teacher already. I told her, in future, if at all, just save this application, you can call me. She kept it. I went back for 1 month. Every night in between 8 to 9, I used to go in front of the gate of the school, and point towards the gate, and I used to say, "I am going to get a job over here as a music teacher, and I'm going to serve as a music teacher here." I think for a month I did that, and after a month I got a call. I came back, I came to school, and then she took my audition. She liked it, and then I joined the first day of the school as a music teacher. When I went there, so there was one corner behind the stage where you used to audience, can you tell? Uh,
Yeah,
got stuck for a
I
while.
guess yes.
Yeah.
So one
So
day
there was
behind the stage.
yeah. So there was a corner where you used to go and teach the student the song for the prayer, and then we used to come on the stage. The moment I went there on the first day, I had tears in my eyes. The Lord spoke to me there. Amit, didn't you want to be here when you were in the school as a student? I said, yes, Lord, I wanted to be. I had better plans for you. And he said that you wanted to be here as a part of the choir, but I had plans for you to be the teacher of the choir, music. So I couldn't contain myself. I literally, for the first 2 days, I could not sit in the staff room because all the staff members were my teachers. I did not sit there. For 2 days, I was sitting outside. I took the chair and sat outside. So that's what the Lord did for me.
So in the same lines, then I want to ask, like when there was voices all your childhood that you can't sing, and from the same place and all, like never did that voices bothered you, or was it easy for you to ignore it and go ahead with the singing, music, and stuff?
When people used to say you are not a scholar, you're not a scholar, I knew I wasn't a scholar. I wasn't a scholar. But when my music teacher told I can't sing, I just couldn't believe it. I said, "कुछ भी बोल रहा है." So I couldn't believe because you know I knew I could sing. My family knew I could sing. Just that that guitar thing, that musician Amit was not yet born, but I used to sing with my father and all at home. So that never bothered me actually.
That's good. That's a positive note. I guess we should all take if
Yeah,
somebody is
yeah,
speaking negative to us and to our lives.
yeah.
If we know that we are good at it, we should go ahead. And the example is in front of you. So moving
Yeah,
ahead from school call, yeah, continue. Sorry.
like I was saying, sorry for using these words, but you should be like a care a hand kind of a person, which people try to define who you are, where they don't even have the ability to change your name.
Wow.
Okay, so forget about changing your identity by the words that they are speaking, the negative that they are speaking. So everybody who is listening to me and to us over here, I want to encourage you. If you are told that you are the black sheep of the family, if you are told that by your friends and families and relatives around you, your neighbors, that you're good for nothing, they cannot change your identity. Forget about that. They cannot change your name. Only the Lord, only Jesus can change your identity and bring you to the real identity that He has planned for. Next.
Amen. Thank you for
Yeah.
that word in between. So, moving ahead from school, college, and everything, I just want to ask before going ahead with your life, when was that God moment that happened in your life that changed? Like, we know that you come from a Christian family, but we all, being coming from a believer's family, also, we all have that God encounter that we decide that this is the time that God has my life. So, what was that God moment in your life?
So this is actually a very tricky question because everybody expects, I believe everybody who is watching is expecting me to tell something, extravaganza that happened in my life, and there was a turning point entirely in my life. I believe in so many people's life this has happened, but as you rightly said, I come from a Christian family. My mom comes from a uh, you know cr- you know she's not a Christian by birth. She comes from a Hindu family. She believes, she accepted, she got saved. तो लेकिन मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि मेरे पिता का लाइनेज जो है, जो क्रिश्चियन बैकग्राउंड से है, लेकिन मेरी माँ फर्स्ट जनरेशन क्रिश्चियन रही। लेकिन ये मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैं जैसे पला बड़ा उनको देख करके, मम्मी पापा को देख करके पला बड़ा। माई मॉम वॉज द ग्रेटेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ए गुड क्रिश्चियन, अ गुड बिलीवर. So I learned to fear the Lord. I learned to honor the Lord. I learned to go to church. I learned to read the Bible from my mom. I used to, so she was an open Bible for me. She was an open New Testament for me, how to live a life Christ centered. Whether it is loving God, honoring God, fearing God, doing everything, keeping God in mind, or whether it is giving your tithes and offerings. My mom used to, as soon as जैसे ही salary आया, my mom and dad used to keep the first share to God, to church, and then everything else. हालांकि उनको चर्च वो ट्रेडिशनल चर्च में जाते थे, उनको टाइप के बारे में इतना कुछ टीचिंग नहीं मिला था, फिर भी they knew how to honor God with their finances. और उससे ज्यादा, आई एम टेलिंग यू, माय मम, स्पेसिफिकली माय मम used to pick out the best crispy new currency notes and keep it aside only to give in the offering bag.
Wow.
That's how I learned how to honor God, in all of that. So,
Wow.
so, so for me, if you are saying, probably सबके लिए, बहुत लोगों के लिए मैं आज निराशाजनक बात करूंगा. I did not have that exclusive, quote unquote God moment in my life that topsy turvy changed my life. Obviously, there are moments in my life where God touched me. I could feel the touch of the Lord, visions and dreams that the Lord gave me, all of that. But I was in grade 9. I was invited in a cottage meeting. I saw what was happening around, the worship that was going around, the music that was going around. I got saved there. One God moment for me. And when I went astray, और जब मैं कॉलेज में आया, और कॉलेज में आने के बाद मैं ऐसे ही जी रहा था, और and then suddenly the Lord spoke to me, Amit, what you are doing, it's waste of life. It's waste of life. And I was a church accountant for about 9 years. I was a church accountant. So ज्यादातर पास्टर पास्टर आने से पहले मैं आता था, और पास्टर जाने के बाद मैं जाता था. So most of the time I used to be all by myself in the church office. So there I used to spend time worshiping. There I used to spend time, praying to God, and there God actually molded me, remolded me, reshaped me, and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
On same lines, how was it being the office boy in the church, handling the account? And you said you were the first person to go. So what were you doing there all the while?
So I I have always, I still do, and I have always loved going wherever I was called, going on time. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम बिफोर टाइम जाना मेरे लिए बहुत मायने रखता है, हमेशा हमेशा. आज भी मैं यही कोशिश करता हूँ, जहाँ पे मुझे वर्क के लिए इनवाइट किया जाता है, अगर मुझे 10-15 मिनट दिए गए हैं, there have been times where I have told to lead for 1 hour, लेकिन स्टेज पर जाते जाते मुझे 10 मिनट मिला है, बट आई हैव नेवर फॉट फॉर इट कि मुझे 1 घंटा बोला, मैं 1 घंटा ही करूंगा. यू नो So I've always been a man with maintaining the time and all. तो हमेशा time पे office पे जाना. My pastor used to see me coming before time, and he actually said, I mean, this is the Lord's going to take you to places. The Lord's going to just lift you up high, because God loves discipline. God loves time. God is a God of time. And he always, and we Indians are so much opposite. So we have our own time of going to a place. हमको ट्रेन पकड़ना है तो हम पहले जा सकते हैं, चर्च जाना है तो हमको 10-15 मिनट लेट जाना है. I don't like this. I mean, for me, missing a plane is okay, but missing that first song of worship is not okay for me. So I always love to be there before time, whether it is church or office. So मुझे पहले से आदत लग गई थी चर्च ऑफिस असिस्टेंट जब मैं था. But nobody looked down at me कि मैं एक असिस्टेंट हूँ, ऑफिस असिस्टेंट हूँ, and all of that. And then mostly I, more than earning money out of, I hardly got any money out of being an office assistant. Um, I was, I never got a raise. Everybody who's listening, I never got a raise. Do you want to know my salary?
Yes,
For
please,
nine,
if you are willing
I,
to tell,
for,
we are
I,
ready to hear.
for 9 years, I worked as an office assistant for 500 rupees a month.
And can you tell me the year period when it was?
This was probably maybe 10 years ago.
Still, like 500 rupees was nothing even
Oh,
then.
it was nothing. It was nothing. I wasn't. मुझे 1 रुपया 1 rupee का increment नहीं मिला. Forget bonus and all
So
of that.
what was that kept like 500 rupees is nothing. Like we go buy a burger and 500 rupees is gone. So
Yeah.
what was the one thing that made you keep going and keep doing? So you were just working the accounts, or you used to do other chores of the house of God or
So
stuff like that?
when I got married, I used to work in the church office as an office assistant. Plus, I worked in the school as a music teacher, and I also worked in an optical shop. चश्मे जहाँ मिलते हैं. I worked there. So I used to do 3 jobs.
Wow. So coming to your marriage part, so how was it? When did you got married, and what was like Amit Kamble's wedding look like? How grand it was, and who all were there? Like how was your wedding? How you met your wife? And, like I want to know, like how was your wedding?
My wedding was so grand. I I hardly can repeat it. No man can repeat it. Actually, it was very grand. In the sense, for some reason, my parents weren't agreeing to it, and my heart was sinking down. But we wanted to go ahead. The church was not really for it, and my pastor also was not really for it. But he was like, if you want to, you and Gita both are mature, legal, you can get married in that sense. So we had peace in our heart. We got married, and we had taken this place on rent to stay, which was the living room. We had just one room and kitchen. So किचन को छोड़ के जहाँ पे हम रहते थे, वो एक रूम was 8 feet by 10 feet, if I'm not wrong. So
Can you explain how small or big 8 feet by 10 feet look like? And
eight
like
feet
knowledge,
by
people like me,
8 feet by
like
10 feet is एक एक गद्दा डाल दो, एक mattress डाल दो, and you're done. You have to walk
okay,
sideways. You have to cross. You cannot have a table and a chair and all of that. For
okay.
many months, we did not have any furniture in our house. No furniture, no table, no chair, nothing like that. So we got married in 8 by 10 sized hall with hardly 6 people, and my pastor and my pastor's wife. So the nuptials were exchanged in that place, and yeah, we were happy in that. But after that, we went to church and we got blessings. We got the blessings of my parents also, her parents also, her mom also, Gitu's mom also. And then time went by, and we all got together. We started staying together. We still do stay together, which is a surprise for so many. I still stay with my mom and dad, and I feel very proud about it. So that's how my marriage. It's been 17 years. We are happily married.
So what was the age that you got married? When was
I
it?
was
17 years?
I was 22 when I got married.
Wow, that's pretty. So on that same note, would you want to tell what like in the journey of 17 years, would you want to tell what was the pros and cons of marrying early in your life?
22 for some regions. 22 is early marriage, like India. But for some it might not be. Some I met a lot of people who said that, Amit, you got married in a very right age. Though I was earning, so that was another point to add actually. You can't marry not being able to fulfill your family or requirements. So you need to earn before you get married. So I was earning back then, by then, before I was married. And so getting it has its pros and it has its cons. Uh, if I'm if I'm talking about cons, I used to tell my wife, ऐसे better better I used to tell I lost a lot of my I lost a lot of my youth where I thought I would I'll go out, I'll do this, I'll do that, मैं ये मजा करूंगा, मैं मस्ती करूंगा. I'll get lost. But the Lord could actually shape me as a family, as a husband, to understand the Christ head after I got married. I understood, because the Bible teaches, that as the husband is the head of the family, so is Christ the head of the church.
Right.
So so I could the Lord could actually take me from a journey, the day-to-day challenge that we faced, how as the head of the family I faced challenges, and then I could understand Christ, the Christ headship I could understand because of all that. So 17 years was a lot of fun, ups and downs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So also coming to the same lines when you said that that things got better after you got married. So
Mm.
on the same lines, I want to ask when was the moment and that Amit Kamble become Amit Kamble? You became famous and you got to know about it that okay, I'm not a normal human. There are other humans who know about me, and I have quite become some name.
So I was before before I could go out, or before rather, I would say before the Lord, had ways for me to reach out to different states and cities through worship and through my songs. I was a worship leader in my church. Um, just that I had to I had to discover myself as a worship leader for this nation and across. I just had to discover, and the Lord allowed to take my own time. The Lord hid me for about 9 years of my journey before I stepped out. For 9 years, the Lord hid me. There were moments where I knew that I had it in me, but I'm still in this city. I used to blame the city a lot because the city is secluded. It's not very connected. It's not like Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad. So I used to get angry and frustrated about my city where I'm placed. I actually told myself so many times, if I was in Pune or Mumbai, I could have learned my guitar and singing so well, so fast, because at that time there were no singing, better singing classes, or there were two guitar classes going on in my city. I had gone there and they discouraged me to play left hand guitars. So they said that ऐसे कौन बजाता है, कोई नहीं बजा सकता. Nobody can play left hands. You should not play. So in this situation, I grew up in my city. So I was thinking that if I was in Pune or Mumbai, I would have learned a lot and better, and I would have been professional, in the music and whatnot. So I actually cursed my city a lot. But uh, um when I was growing in all of this, the Lord actually started teaching me that the place that you are in, the time that you are in, the resources that you are surrounded with does not matter. You should be surrounded with my presence. You should be filled with my spirit. You should be sensitive towards what I am saying in the now. This is what you need. And I understood it. And after that, the Amit Kamble inside of me just, started blooming outside. And also, this is also to encourage every worship leader who is listening. Take your time. Don't get frustrated. Do not get frustrated. I'm telling you, if Abraham can become a father of his own biological child at the age of 99 or 100, there is hope for you and me as worship leaders. I am an example standing in front of you today. I waited 9 years and it was tough. It was difficult. There were times I used to see, मैं ये बोलता था अरे इनसे अच्छा तो मैं हूँ. You know, I had a guitar which costed 2,000 rupees, 2,200 rupees, 1,400 rupees. I had two guitars. You know, one broke, and then I managed with 2,500 rupees a guitar. I had a pickup which amplifies the sound of the guitar that was costing two 250 rupees. उसका हमेशा वायर निकलता था, and you know my friend used to just every Sunday कुछ ना कुछ करके. I had one of the worst guitars with me, one of the worst guitar pickups with me. And I used to see, sometimes I used to go out, you know, and Pune में जाके देखता था तो people didn't know how to use guitar and, you know, sing, but they had the best of mics and speakers and best of guitars. And I used to come back home and cry. But you know what? That doesn't matter. You have the best in you, that is God, that is the Holy Spirit. Depend on that rather than any material things. You will get everything in due time. You know what? My first guitar was Gibson GIVSON, which is a Calcutta made copy of a very well known brand. So that was my first guitar, and I used to cry, I used to get frustrated कि कैसा guitar है मेरे पास. But today, by God's grace, I do not have a GIVSON, but I have the original GIBSON. Someone just gifted me, you know, and I believe I, because I waited on the Lord honored this. So I want to encourage everybody, just wait on the Lord. Just wait on the Lord.
Coming to waiting, and just because you told about Abraham, this came to light. I know
Yeah.
this is very sensitive part of our lives, especially your lives and Mama's life. As you mentioned that you've been married for 17 years, and uh, you are yet to be blessed by a biological child.
Yeah.
And I want to know, I know that there are many of people out there who are married but have not received a blessing of a child yet. And many a times the woman perspective is always that she couldn't become a mother. She couldn't be like women are being more sympathized in this area always.
Mm.
That's what I have experienced.
Yeah.
But would you like to tell me what has been like in these 17 to gonna be 18 years? What was your perspective as a husband, and how did you like came through with so much love that you both still had in 18 years, and how was it? How did you do it? And also, I want you to share your struggles or a husband's struggle, basically.
So 17 years, like you know, T.D. Jakes in one of his preachings, he explained it so beautifully. He said that every couple who you know completes maybe probably the silver jubilee of their anniversary or of their marriage life, they come up on the stage and they testify that the Lord has been good. These 25 years have been amazing. They're lying. They are lying on the face. They are lying standing in the church. That's what T.D. Jakes said. And that is so true. If I am saying 17 years of my life have been incredible, I'm lying. My wife and I have had our worst of days and the best of days and the at par days, you know, in these 17 years. So we've seen almost every possible thing that, you know, a couple goes through or does not want to go through, and in that comes to be parents of our own biological children. I know it's a very sensitive part. It is very sensitive for me, and also for my wife, for Geeta. It's very very sensitive. But you know what? Uh, as a husband, I could not shed my tears in front of my wife. So I used to go, you know, away. My best bet was take my bike and just ride. No, just ride. Don't know where I'm going. Just ride to a place where you know there is less traffic, and I'm just going and I'm talking to God and I'm crying. I empty out and then I come back. I did that a lot. You know, I do this a lot, but not on the bike. You know, nowadays, but I do that on my terrace. So my terrace time basically is also my time of refreshing, emptying out all of that. So, but my wife, let me tell you, Geeta is being the hero in the 17 years for me, for the family, knowing that all of this has happened to her and to me. She has been my strength. She's been my crazy strength. She never let me down. She never gave me a feeling that we are I am not a father yet. She's not a mother yet. So she has played a great role of courage, of being bold, of being full of faith. You know what, she's the kind who would say, till at least when I die, I will die with this one thing. I believed in God till my last breath that I will be a mother. Even when she wouldn't, you know, I believe otherwise that she will be and I will be a father soon. But she has believed that, I will at least have a smile on my face, and that's how I'm going to go in my coffin. And I believe till the end in my God to be a mother, and that is how it has been. And in every other aspect, of area of our marital life, it has, whether it is financial challenges, whether it is being biological parents or no, being challenged as ministers, as couple ministers or no, all of that, we faced it all together. So my salary, the money, the finance, the people that blessed me with things, and money and all these are not my strength. My people are my strength. My wife is my strength. So that is how it should be with everybody. It's not just with Amit Kamble. It has to be with everybody. You will get married soon, and everybody else who is single and will get married soon. I'm telling you, your strength is not your property, not your money, not your job, not your ministry. Also, your strength is God and people around you who love you and who respect you and who believe in you and have faith in you
And
together.
so, uh, I still want you to say, like, if the husbands like you are out there who say are into marriage for 7 years, 10 years, doesn't have child. So what will you be say? What helped you in this 17, 18 years that could help them?
First, is it gives you know it gives you chance after chance after chance to check on your faith life. It gives you chance after chance. I would never say that it dropped my faith down. I would say every time I'm really sorry to just speak openly, but I think I can. Every month, when how do I say it? My wife's monthly time would come, we have gotten discouraged. I have gotten discouraged every single time. So those moments are not my moments where my faith has gone down or my faith had got a crack, but I would say those were the moments my faith was challenged to reconnect with God. And every time I have turned, whether even if I have tears in my eyes, I would have said, God, you still are my God. You are still my God. Uh, my challenges, my situations which are not changing and are negative, does not have the power to change who my God is for me. They do not have any kind of my sin, my disbeliefs, my discouragements, my hard and tough situations which are not changing since days, months, and years. They do not have power to change who
Man.
God is and who God is for me. He will still be my God. So as a husband, as I said, rightly said that I have had challenges in my life, but you know what? Uh, every time as a specifically after I became a pastor, every time I dedicated a child, I had tears in my eyes. If not on the stage, when I came back home, I have had tears in my eyes. I said, Lord, thank you for this. Soon I will have my own child. So as a husband, keep believing, keep pressing on, keep encouraging your wife. I pray that you have a wife like me who will encourage me more than I encourage her, and she becomes my strength more than I become a strength to her. But as a husband, keep encouraging your wife, keep encouraging your parents around you, and the day and the moment you get a chance to pray for someone else who is yet to be a father and who is struggling, go stretch your hand, pray. We have prayed for people who did not have biological children. Gita has prophesied and prayed, and they have gotten children. But that does not mean that we have got discouraged कि यार हम प्रार्थना
Right.
करते हैं लोगों के लिए और उनको बच्चे होते हैं और हमको अभी तक बच्चे नहीं हो रहे. We've maybe these thoughts have gone through, but we've never gotten discouraged with all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one sensitive corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so let's go on a lighter note. I'm sorry, my voice is changing. Um, uh, let's come back to you being famous and stuff. So I want to ask how people around you changed from the time that you were just that office boy and accounting handling and just an Amit Kamble known in your city or not even known in your city to an Amit Kamble who is known in India and outside India. How the people and situations around you change that you have noticed after you become famous? Does it happen or like everything stays the same?
It depends, a lot changes actually when you are just a little boy working in a cubicle, and hardly people know you, and then from there you go to a place where your city people go outside, and when other people come to know that they are from the same city where Amit Kamble is, and then they talk about Amit Kamble, and the city is now recognized by this person. So from this to this, there is a lot of difference. That there's a lot of changes that takes place. So uh, it's a vast topic to talk about. But in a nutshell, if I have to talk about, is people have seen me in shorts, and people have seen me in suits. So from shorts to suits, the journey has been really interesting, very strange, adventurous, very pricky pokey, and it has a lot of trials in it. A lot of people accepted the change in me when they saw. A lot of people rejected. A lot of people disconnected from me because there was a change inside me, and how the Lord was changing me from being on in the shorts to suits. So uh, in all of that, keeping your heart, safeguarding your heart is the most important thing that you need to do. Keeping your focus only at Jesus is the only thing you can do and you should do. Because यार ये लड़का तो हमारे सामने चड्डी पहन के आता था, अभी ये लड़का हमारे सामने खड़े होके प्रचार करेगा हमारे सामने, या हमारे सामने खड़े होके हमको बताएगा कि हम आराधना कैसे करें. This transition will actually, is a time where you will make yourself strong or break yourself entirely, and that all depends where you are focused, on whom you are focused. If you are focused on Jesus, nothing will change. You will continue steadfastly in the love of the Lord, in the grace and the favor that the Lord is giving you, and you will just continue. So that journey was very tough. I have had when I became a pastor, everybody from an office assistant to be a worship leader, everybody accepted me. अरे क्या गाता है, अरे वो गाता है ना तो ऐसे महसूस होता है, ये रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं. All of that, I was accepted pretty much. pretty much I was accepted as a worship leader from that. But the transition from me becoming a worship leader to a pastor, there was a tough time. I've had people who've told me, "अरे तू तो सीढ़ी बेचने वाला है, तू कैसे pastor बनेगा?" You know, you are a guy selling your own CDs. How can you become a pastor? I've had sleepless nights, you know, because of that. तो ये सारी चीजें हो जाती है. But if you're focused on Jesus, nothing is impossible for you. Nothing is impossible.
Wow. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, Shukriya did play the big role in this.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, like that one song that went viral in a age and in a time where internet was still taking place, and it traveled. Like nowadays, something getting viral is it happens like this, and it happened in a time when internet was starting. And it went viral like anything. It went all over India. It went outside India. It went to even the places that you haven't visited yet. So I want to ask that one song, which was like the thing. Where and how did you wrote it? Were you in the fasting prayer? Were you sitting with the Lord? Like how did that one song came to you?
Uh, can you hear me still? I think I got a call, so I just lost.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, fine. So you rightly said. Actually, I got that song in a very unusual condition. Everybody, I think, knows that I got a song when I was supervising for some exam. I think for English paper in my school, I was a teacher, and I was supposed 3 hours. I had to sit in front of the students. They are writing their exams. I had nothing to do, and the Lord is telling me, Holy Spirit is telling
Oh,
me to write
yeah.
something.
And sorry for interrupting you. Was it this the time when you were still a teacher in the school?
This was when I became I was a music teacher, and
Okay.
that's when this song came, and when the Holy Spirit just told me to write these songs down, because I came to school that day with with a heart and a gratitude to thank the Lord for everything. So I was thanking the Lord, and the Holy Spirit was like, take that paper and write this song down. So I wrote the song. That's how the song came. But it's the songs, stayed with me and Geeta for a long time. And then we sang it in the church. Church people loved it, and every time we used to sing, people used to cry. And they used to feel God around, and people used to come. I don't know. People just used to come in our. Some people came in our service. They heard. They recorded it on their, not so good kind of those days phone, and they took it with them. That's how it just traveled. I never traveled even to Sholapur to Pune is 4 hours. I hardly traveled from Sholapur to Pune and took that song in Pune in any church. I did not know any church. Nobody used to invite me. Nobody used to know me as a worship leader. So forget about inviting me. But even before me, the song went out. And I came to know that churches are already taking that song. I went to one of the events, I met one of the guys who told me that, Bhaiya, I heard your song. I was in LOC, line of control, that border, India-Pakistan border. And he with his friends were walking. He said, I was walking there, and there was that one house, and it had this blow horn speaker, I say, blow horn with this aluminum ka aise hota hai na. So he said that I heard a song, a worship song, and when I heard it, keenly, uh, that was the time when I came to know that the Shukriya song was being played, and it was the horn was facing the other side of the border, which was facing towards Pakistan. And he said that, Bhaiya, one of the most amazing moments I saw, I could actually feel the sound waves and the song traveling from this border to that border. So it's only the Lord who can do it. I know some pastor friends who who have been to, SA areas, tribal areas where there is no internet from ages. They don't know what is internet, but they have called me after they've come out and said, Amit, they do not know what internet is, but what amazing thing to know that they know the song Shukriya and they are singing it.
Wow.
So Shukriya has played an amazing part in my life as a worship leader. That song took off. Still, people sing and they don't know whose song it is. That's another story to talk about later on. But I'm happy that the song has reached out.
Uh, One thing, as you rightly said, that you started singing Shukriya in the church
Yeah,
for the first time. But I have noticed this one thing about you, that I have not seen other artists or other worship leader do this a lot. When they get a new song or other people get a new song, they try to preserve it till the moment they record it and it's out there in public.
yeah.
But what I've seen with you doing, that if you have a new song and if you are led by spirit, no matter how small is the group, it could be a 4 people or 3 people, you just release the song. For instance, you just got a new song from the Lord, which is called Tarif, and you decide last week you decided to sing it over a live that you did with Pastor Ram Babu.
Yeah.
And so how is it for you to like, how it's like different,
So
how you do that part?
there are 2 3 things involved, mainly 2 things that are involved. One is when you are short of songs, you have no option but to take your new songs and sing it audio. People are fed up with singing. Arey Amit aa gaya to yahi song ho jayenge. It's been like that for a while. So I decided that we should, the songs that the Lord has given me, I will start using it. The other thing, makes me, allows me to take new songs, unrecorded song, unreleased songs, is I do not have that fear that my name as a songwriter will go away, people will misuse the song, people will record it. This, it has happened with me with my songs. लोगों ने गाया है ये बोल के कि ये मेरा गाना है, जबकि वो, it was my song. They've sung it, they've recorded it, all of that has happened. So I have gone through all of that, and now I don't care. What I care about is the Lord has given me something and I'm using it for the Lord and I'm singing it, and people in churches are being blessed. So I don't really bother about it. I do want to come up with the released versions of it. So yeah, hold on to those YouTube channels that I have. Soon will become songs.
On that worship and worship leader thing, I want to ask, how did the transition from a worship leader to a pastor happen, and how smooth or how was it? And also on the same note, how good or how was your first sermon?
Okay, good question. Um, from being a worship leader to a pastor, first of all, I used to hate this thing called as being a pastor. I never imagined that I would become a pastor. I never dreamt of it. I never had visions about it. I had visions about being a worship leader, that I can say, but the Lord never gave me visions about being a pastor. But I had everything in me that he used to shout and tell me that you already are a pastor, you are just not being designated as a pastor in a position. So Dito and I have been working, ministering in church, much before that we were declared as designated as pastors. But a time came when the Lord started speaking to me. Someone prophesied over me. I said, no, this is not from the Lord. Shoo, get away, Satan, in Jesus' name. So I did that. I fasted for that. I said, oh, I didn't sense the Lord. So this is not from the Lord. So all of that happened. So, this is another thing to learn for people who are listening. Just because even after you fast for 5 days or 21 days and you don't feel God is talking to you, that doesn't mean that is not from the Lord. That has happened to me. And days went, months went, and I asked the sign that, this is the sign that if it happens, then I will say yes. And that sign happened. Then I cried. I said, oh God, why did you show me the sign? Because I never wanted to be a pastor. But nonetheless, I said yes. Coming back to the preaching side, many who know me since ages would know that I did not know how to preach. As a pastor, all I could do was prepare a rota. This Sunday, my wife will preach. Next Sunday, this brother will preach. Next Sunday, this pastor will preach. And I used to very intellectually skip myself from it because I didn't know how to preach. I cried, I prayed, I fasted. I said, Lord, I need the revelation from you. I need the revelation from you. I started reading the word. Nothing was making sense, but I started reading the word. I started reading a few books. I started referring to a few preachers, from the net, and suddenly, it happened. My first preaching was a big, big flop. I believe after
Oh,
that
is
Sunday,
it?
people would have gotten back home and they said, हाँ मैंने बोला था ना ये पास्टर नहीं बन सकता ये आज का उदाहरण है ये इसने ऐसा preach because the pastor before me in my church was brilliant in preaching. So that happened. So it took a lot of time for me to to devour from the word, to understand the word, and to preach from it. Yes.
Wow. On that parcel line, I would just want to ask you, would you be able to tell a part of pastor that if the congregation would have understood, it would have helped the pastor, like any pastor. Few things that
You
if the
come again?
people coming to church, if the people coming to church understood the one part or heart of pastor, things would have been easy for a pastor, like something like that on those lines.
I think if there are any pastors listening and wanting some suggestions from me, is I would rather say don't think of becoming a pastor. Think it as a family and you being a father of them. That plays a very important role. That plays a very important role. If you're all the time thinking about, oh my god, I need to preach, oh my god, I need to go and visit them, oh my god, I need to pray for them, you will fail big time. I failed big time. you know my wife and I went through a time in our life where we we wasted our time and thinking that we are not doing that much, we are not going visiting, we're not going praying for them. So these all are pastor materials, all of this. But you be a father. When you become, try to be a father in that role of a pastor, is when you will actually be a pastor. So, and don't get discouraged of people. A pastor is also told to be a shepherd from the Bible. So pastors actually get discouraged. कोई हमसे बात नहीं करता, हमको कोई encouragement नहीं देता, and all of that. Look at the shepherd. Today only I was thinking, the sheep never talk to shepherds. The sheep won't talk to shepherd. So the shepherd is not sitting there and getting discouraged. The sheep is not talking to me. वो मेरे साथ वो मेमना वो बात ही नहीं कर रहा है वो sheep मेरे साथ, कैसे करूं मैं? So the shepherd is not dependent on the encouraging words of the sheep. He just knows how to be a shepherd. So you just have to trust in the Lord and go ahead.
Wow, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I want to again take a sensitive part of your uh, life, but I guess we have to end this live here and skip on to next because we just have 20 seconds left.
Yes.
Yes. So I just wanted to take a time and tell people that we have saved the previous video so you can watch it. It will be there for 24 hours. And if possible, I'll try to see if I can save it and give to people because I saw a few comments going in. So coming to the next question, is another huge part of your life, which I believe. And before asking this, I want to put it out there to people that this is not a planned interview, nor because he is my daddy, he got the privilege of knowing the questions. He didn't knew any of the questions that I asked him, or any of the question that is gonna be in it. So he didn't knew any of it. So is all coming fresh to him, and what he's serving you out of it is fresh. So, coming to the next question, I have seen since the years that I know you, and especially being your daughter, I know that part very closely. Is that your giving part? You have been so I would say so outrageous or so reckless in your giving when it comes to the Lord. Many people don't know it. There are n number of times that you have emptied your account. There are n number of times you have given off your things. I remember this one time. I believe it was 2008. Yes, it was 2018. We both planned a surprise anniversary trip for you and Mama to go to Sri Lanka. That was your first trip to Sri Lanka, and you saved up some money, and you had around 1 lakh something in your account, and you really saved up for a long time. That, but when it come, you were invited in a church, and there were these swipe machines, and then and there you emptied your account, knowing that you have to still go on a trip with your wife for your anniversary. And there have been cases like since the start of time for you when it comes to giving, you give off your guitar knowing that that's the only guitar that you had, and being a left-handed guitarist you can't use other people's guitar. That, and when last year that you give off your car, the only car that you own, as an offering for the church building, and till date it's been a year and more that you don't own a car. You and your wife have one scooty that you travel around. When your parents has to go to church, you hired a auto. And I would just want to ask, how could you do it? Like, not that anybody knows about it, not that anybody would tell to other people. It's just that this platform and people are getting to know this, I guess, for the first time. But what is that you don't give a second thought when it comes to giving to the Lord?
Yeah. So, see, as I told, the roots go back to my mom preaching me through her actions. So, she used to save the good notes for the Lord, for church offerings. And I used to see, so we had a small cupboard and we had a very small tijori. And yeah, our tijori was never, kept locked from, my parents never kept it locked from us, from me and my sister. So we knew where the chabi was. We used to open it. My parents used to tell me, please open and remove some money and give it to us. We need it. So, sorry. I used to see those fresh notes kept aside, and I still remember it very, very freshly. For the first time when I saw, I asked my parents, my dad and my mom, "ये किसके लिए है?" So I clearly and still remember my mom raising her voice and saying, "Do not touch that money. It belongs to the Lord." So my parents have been the reason to make me understand that God has to come before money. God has to come before your job. My mother was given an opportunity to be the principal and get a raise, a very, very good raise, way before her retirement, which would have given her a good amount after retirement also, and a good pension amount also. But she had to tell them that she is not a Christian on paper,
Oh,
surprisingly. So this part nobody knows. I haven't shared this part with anybody. And I remember my parents telling, my mom telling, I don't care about promotion, I don't care about money, I don't care about pension, kitna paisa aega. I will never put my faith, down the drain just to get some advantages. So temporal advantages will never get you any close to eternal blessings.
wow. That's
They
the
will,
one liner there.
yeah, they will never. Nobody preached to me this. Nobody preached to me this. It was taught to me by actions from my parents. That is how it happened. So from there, I knew that I need to sow. I need to sow. And then, of course, when I joined a good church, a better church, I got a lot of good teachings about finances. But let me tell you, even today, when there are good preachers everywhere and they teach you about finances, the teaching will not make you a giver. Giving will make you a giver.
Amen.
It is very simple.
So true.
Yeah, it is very simple. You can preach all your life about giving and not give.
Yes. Oh wow.
I don't know if everybody got this. You can preach all your life about giving you and not give. You know what this saying goes, this phrase goes. The world has this phrase. Uh, Practice what you preach.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Preach what you
Yeah.
practice.
It has to be preach what you practice. I don't know if everybody is getting my point over here. So preach about giving later on. Start giving first.
Wow.
Your giving should be, the act of giving should be a preaching in itself when people will understand the importance of giving. Do not give to with an intention to get back. Never do that. We never did it. We never. Oh, we have had promises exchanged, and we said like, God, give me a two-wheeler. I was praying for a Splendor. I had Splendor until a few months back, and I used it for God knows, like maybe a few years, 9, 10 years, 11 years. I used that bike. I said, God bless me with that bike, and we have a Luna. We will give it to someone. God bless. God blessed us with Splendor. I was happy because I was going on bicycle, and I was going on Luna, and Geeta was going. Maybe he was catching a six-seater or something. So, but then what happened was when the Splendor came, I was using Splendor. She was using Luna. We were happy. We forgot about giving.
Oh.
We forgot about giving. Then the Lord reminded, said, Lord, please forgive us. Please forgive us. Then we prayed. Then we gave the Luna for servicing. फिर उसको पूरा हुलिया चेंज कराया. Greasing, oiling, painting. I don't know if we did painting of it, but we changed the seats. It was like वो पहले था ना आगे ऊपर बड़ा सीट ऐसे ऊपर और नीचे. So we changed that. नया नया cover डाला. We changed the grip. We changed uh, the kick and the pedals of it. उस fuel पूरा भर दिया. And I was praying in my school to whom to give. The Lord gave me a name of a pastor, Garib pastor. I came back home very excited. Geeta came back home very excited. I said, I prayed, I asked the Lord whom to give this Luna, and the Lord gave me a name. And she said, the Lord gave me also a name. So दोनों में डर पैदा हुआ. दोनों में डर पैदा हुआ कि अभी ये अगर दोनों अलग अलग नाम हो गए तो कैसे पहचानना चाहिए कि this is the Lord who has spoken to us. I said, you tell. Then Geeta was like, you tell. All of that happened. Then when I told this is the name, she had tears. She smiled. She laughed. She hugged me. She said that this is the exact name the Lord gave me. And we were so happy. We knew that this is the Lord working. And then we serviced the bike. We called that person home, dinner karaya. And pastor ko bola ki we did not call you for dinner, but we wanted to gift you this bike. So we gave that bike. We gave some money extra, saying that iske baad petrol isse bharna. So we honored that man with that gift. So we did that. So since that time, the Lord has been telling us to. Can I also tell you one time I'm a camera freak. I'm a gadget freak guy. You know about it. Most people who know me knows about this. So I was back then I wanted a camera very badly. So a camera था छोटा सा. I wanted to buy that, and मैंने पैसे I stored. I know I collected some money and kept. And I said, Lord, this electro is coming, and this exhibition of electronic things. I was like, this is coming. I want to,
Okay.
and exactly at the time when I was about to buy, a church member family, they got sick. She got sick, and the mother of the child got sick, and she had to be operated, and she did not have money. I, I prayed. I said, Geeta, this is what the Lord is telling me. She's like, if the Lord is telling you, go ahead. And I gave that money to that family. That family, were blessed. The operation was successful. I had no money back then, but I was happy. And within no time, suddenly, I got some money, and then the Lord blessed me with with a very small camera. So these are the things, that the Lord allowed us to do. These are very small things that we did initially, which challenged our faith back then. Challenged our faith back then. I remember when we got married, I asked one friend of mine to give me some money. पैसा शादी किया पैसा चाहिए. He said yes, yes, but he never gave me the money. I felt very bad. That's the only one time I remember asking someone for money. There was another time when we were facing a lot of financial issues. One church family member, one uncle actually blessed us. He blessed us as in he gave it. He said, in a month's time, you can return it back. So we did that. That's the only time we remember we asked for money. But we prayed, I cried, I said, God, we want to be givers. We do not want to ask
Wow.
money. We want to be givers. So in the little that we had, we always thought of giving. Can I tell you one more thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So since it's about giving, I'll tell you. I my salary from 2,500, 2,200 came to around, I think it was 5,500 something. And I saw a pastor friend of mine struggling financially. He he cried. He's a strong man, but he cried in front of me that day, and I felt very bad. I shared it with Geeta, and I said, "This is what I want to do." She said, "Okay, if you want to do that, let me tell you, I used to earn 5,500 probably, or I think it was 4,500. I don't remember. Don't take me for my figures." And Geeta used to hardly get 1,000 rupees or less. So that's how we used to manage our home finances. But what happened was, when the Lord told me that, Amit, you need to do this, I just went ahead and did. I never thought of it. Not a second thought came in my mind कि मेरा family कैसे चलेगा. From the 5,500, I told my pastor friend that I will every month I'll give you 2,000 rupees. So from the 5,500, 550 rupees would go as tithe, and 2,000 rupees used to go to my friend every month for a year. I still don't know how the Lord uh, helped us manage the finances, but we never, I don't remember asking money to others. I don't remember asking money to others. So the Lord will be faithful because the Lord is faithful, and the Lord will be faithful to a giver. There is no, see, if you understand,
Right.
if you understand giving, you cannot pray for financial blessings. There is no prayer in the Bible that teaches us to pray for financial blessings. The only thing you need to do to unlock financial blessings is to give, because the Bible teaches us, does not teach pray and you shall be given. The word says give and it shall be given. So we need to be mature to understand when to only pray when to pray and act also. Giving is an area where you need to pray and you need to act. Only then you will start getting a lot of blessings, a lot of blessings. So yeah, I gave up. I gave. I emptied out 3 to 4 times. I emptied out my bank accounts, not even thinking twice. Not even thinking twice. Once we did that and we did not have money to go back to our hotel room, how to go about it, and I did not have money, but thankfully Geeta, when she put her hand in the purse, she had some money, so we ate something and then we went back to our rooms, hotel rooms. So that's how we've lived our life. Even today we live our life by faith, believing. So sometimes what happens is you give and the next moment you get it back. 2 days ago, I gave an amount to somebody and I blessed. Uh, Same evening, I got the money back. Somebody just said, Pastor, I just feel like blessing you. Bless me with the same amount. But about the guitar, I gave my only left hand guitar. I got two good guitars. God blessed me with Gibson and Dean guitar. Two good guitars. I got it. But you know what? I gave away my car for my church building. Yet it's been more than a year. I still don't have a car. I have no complaint about it. The Lord knows the better timing. You just give. That's it. You just give. Giving also attracts God's attention.
Yes.
Giving attracts God's attention. Jesus was
Yes.
busy talking with disciples and other people. There was that one old lady widow. She took out 2 cents and she put it in the offering. The moment she did that, the focus of Jesus went away from the disciples to this widow.
Yes.
That is crazy when I understood about giving. Like she was not even a disciple. She was not even following whatever Jesus was telling. She was not even she wasn't behind Jesus. Jesus did not knew her, so to say, you know. But the disciples who were in front of Jesus, the disciples who were getting all the teachings and the preachings and the beatitudes from Jesus, those disciples that Jesus was locked into, his attention went from them to her just because of giving. That is what
Wow.
giving does. That is what giving does. Yep. I think I've said enough.
But it's all good. It's actually so true of the example that giving does attract God attention, and sometimes giving have an answer right then, right there. Sometimes it's a waiting, like you said about your car. It's been more than a year,
Yeah.
and it's not that you have said I like talk to you every day or every other day, but once I have not seen you saying or mama saying or anybody in the house saying that we don't have the car or we
Yeah.
have to travel like this or like that. So yeah, that's
Yeah, of
such a
course.
blessing to hear.
You cannot regret your giving.
Wow.
You can
You should say that again.
Yeah, you should not regret your giving. You should celebrate your giving.
Wow.
That is, Jesus never regretted his giving his life. He never said, "Arey yaar, chupi de diya maine mera life." He celebrated. He even today in heaven he celebrates his giving. The Father celebrates his giving of his Son. Why can't we celebrate our giving? You know, why do I have tears when I give outrageously? Said God, this is the only thing I can give. और इससे ज्यादा क्या दूं मैं? And that's the reason that song stands so true, to me. क्या दे सकता हूँ, क्या ला सकता हूँ, कहता तुझे बस सुखे. Because I don't own anything, so I cannot feel bad about, or I cannot be pricked about when I am giving away something. अगर वो मेरा है ही नहीं, तो मुझे उसका दुख होगा ही नहीं जब वो मुझसे दूर जा रहा है. This hand is
Wow.
mine, and somebody is cutting my hand off, I'll get pain. You know, I'll freaking die just because knowing that somebody is cutting my hand. But if that the hand is not mine, I'll only feel bad about it for some time. But you know, मुझे वो दर्द नहीं होगा, तो तुमको दर्द होना नहीं चाहिए देने में, because वो पहले चीज तुम्हारी है ही नहीं. वो तुम्हारी कार तुम्हारी है ही नहीं. Your car is not yours. Just because your name is on the paper, it is not yours.
Man.
It is of God. And you're giving it back. Jesus is it, Lord. Take it. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So people thankfully say, I don't own a house yet. I will surely amen that. But people have made fun of me saying, अरे thank God ये pastor के पास अपना खुद का घर नहीं है, नहीं तो वो भी दे देते, उसका भी paper. So I don't want to boast about my giving. What I want to tell and teach people over here, you know, that understand, giving is so beautiful. Moments of giving are one of the most beautiful and amazing moments you can ever imagine in your life. Please understand, after this thing is over, this video is over, if you can take something with you, take this giving thing from me or from this interview. After this interview is over, outrageously go and bless somebody. Just go and bless somebody. This is a hard, tough time, beloved. I'm telling you, this is a very tough time. You know, people are not getting their salaries, but in the little that you have, go ahead and bless somebody. I challenge you.
Yes.
You see how the Lord will bless you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we have some task to do after this live interview, people.
Yeah.
Let's do this together. So, last question in this area, that I would want to edit. So, I want to ask, like, how different, like, we did so many questions and people got to know about it. But how different you can say that Amit Kamble is from the way people think of him? How different are you from the way the people think of you?
I don't know how what all people think about me, but I have little things that have come to me that people think about. Like people, उनके पास बहुत पैसा है. And like I said, I'd like, oh, make this a prophecy and complete this prophecy in my life in Jesus' name. I want to have a lot of money. People thinking that, you know, I don't want money, they are wrong. I need money. I need a lot of money. I want money, okay? Because I want to bless people, because I want to enjoy, you know, the gifts of the Lord. I want to enjoy. See, everything God has created, so you need to have everything that you want to have, you know. So, uh, people think I have a lot of money, but sadly, they, you know, I will make them sad or probably frustrated to tell them that it's not this. And बहुत पैसा मिलता है अमित को. False. Yeah. There are so many events where, you know, we've gone, we've ministered, and out of the blessing amount that they have given, we have given that, plus from our pocket we have given the organizers the money. So it's not 100% true that I charge a lakh rupees and this and blah blah. So
Oh, you will get to know about it.
yeah.
So then, thank you for answering all the questions.
Yeah.
Now, this next sessions from here will end it with like nice, quick things that will not be very serious, but it will be fun. So I have few rapid fire questions for you. So you know how to go about it. Has to be rapid and all. Quick. It will
I'll
be
try
quick,
my best.
okay? You can. So describe these following people in one word. Okay.
Oops.
TD Jakes.
Father of preachers.
Hari Rao.
A very good friend.
Subi Samuel.
The best photographer and the most humble person I've ever met.
Praneeth Calvin.
my very good friend and an amazing songwriter.
Geeta Kamble.
My love.
Okay, next question. Artist you want to collab one day with? Any artist from around the world, one day that you want to collab with?
Artists that I want to collaborate with, there are so many.
Yes. One that you can, that can happen.
One that can happen.
Yeah.
Male, female, anybody.
One name, you have to take one name.
It's
Fast.
difficult. I don't want to dishearten people. Kerry Joe.
Okay, oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
One preaching that never gets old for you.
One preaching that never gets old for me is, obviously you should know by now, it's TD Jakes. It's about the spider.
Okay, and
Go
one
everybody,
song
go
that
check,
never gets old.
go check on YouTube, everybody, about the spider. It's an amazing preaching. Yes.
Okay, so one song that never gets old for you.
One song that never gets old for me.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Fast, it's rapid.
It's rapid. I mean, currently it's Yogita Sabadkar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dhanyavad ke saath.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So next question is one thing, like out of anything that you could do during lockdown, if you were allowed to do, what will you do? You could go anywhere, bring anyone. What would you do? One thing.
To do anything, what would be that one thing?
Anything. That is like banned in lockdown that you can do.
I want to go to Goa with my wife.
Oh wow, that's sweet. One thing on your bucket list which is on top right now.
One thing?
On your bucket list which is on right now.
Okay, I'm praying to make my own studio, the video studio also and the audio studio also. That's
Okay. Okay. Strangest thing that you have ever eaten.
Strangest thing that I've ever eaten. No, I have been away from strange eatings.
Coffee or chai?
Chai, come on. All my Solapur guys, come on, raise your hands now.
Okay. Quality of life or quantity of life?
Quality.
Android or iPhone?
Absolutely Android. Sorry, iPhone guys. It's just a Virginia's watching. I'm really sorry. I love you, but I don't love iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. So, last question from the rapid fire.
Yeah.
Your 3 favorite worship postures, and you have to do it right now.
I have 3 favorite worship postures. It's this one. This one. Yeah. It's like nobody knows what I'm doing. Is it I am repenting, or is it I'm really gone deep? Because my head is down, nobody knows. So I know what I'm doing, and the Lord knows what I'm doing. This is one, and obviously
Second.
this has been my go-to everywhere. And the third is, I can't do it right now, but getting on my knees or prostrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was quite a good rapid fire.
Yeah.
And okay, it's not over. Rapid fire is over. So the next session is photo flashbacks. So I'll show you it's photo of yours. So I have not taken any privilege of sharing any private pics. It's all the pictures that you have put some day in the time or ages on social media. It is all from social media. So
hey,
you have to.
but are you seeing there are some people are asking questions? Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
So you have to tell what is the photo about and what were you doing and all. Okay. Why that picture is that way. Okay. I'll try to turn my camera. Okay. Tell me about this.
Okay. So this photo is not of Sachin Tendulkar. A lot of people say that it's Sachin ka photo, but it's pretty much like Sachin's photo of his young age. But this probably I love cricket. You should know by this photo. I love cricket. तो ये कोई आई थिंक ये कपड़े धोने का कुछ चीज है जो पहले यूज करते थे शायद, तो उसको लेकर मैं ऐसे बैटिंग करने के लिए खड़ा हुआ था. एंड माय डैड हैड अ वेरी ओल्ड कैमरा फोन विथ रोल ऐसे ऐसे करके, सो उन्होंने तब ये फोटो खींचा था. आई लव दिस फोटो एक्चुअली.
I love this too.
Yeah.
Okay, second. What is this?
This is me trying to understand जो आसमान में है वो एरोप्लेन है या क्या बोलते हैं वो तबश क्या what is that spaceship है या क्या है. I was trying to understand. So actually Nigel made a fool out of me, I think so. I'm sorry Nigel if you're watching this. Nigel, the guy who did Sukriya Tera recording for me in the studio, he took this. उसने ये photo shoot किया. This is the photo of at the time when I was doing the photo shoot for Shukriya Tera's album cover.
CD.
Yeah, album cover.
Yeah.
तो वो टाइम पे मुझे ऐसे ऐसे मतलब I don't know if you're trying to show anything else, but yeah, this is what it is.
Okay, there's one more picture from this time. This. What is this going on?
Yeah, that's what. So I was trying to एक pose दिया था मुझे, तो I was told to hold that pose, and the other, I think the cameraman was trying to fix my hair, and that's how Nigel had a camera which I had given him, and I told Nigel please click some photos. So he clicked this photo. Phew, I don't want these big days to come back again.
Okay, tell me about this.
We were in Chikaldara for the second time.
Where is that?
Chikaldara is in Maharashtra. It's a hill station. It's a beautiful place, and Chikaldara is also known for a lot of Christian people in churches and ministries who have their camps, youth camps, summer camps in that place. So we were invited a year before this, and Arpan and I had been there, and it was a very blessed time. And the next year also we were invited with the band, and that's how we ended up. Geeta and me ended up, and we took a time off from the camp, and we went out to click some photographs. This is I don't think so you've seen any of my pictures. Anybody has seen with glasses on or glares on.
Yeah, so next is this. Tell me what is this? Why?
How did you get these pictures?
It's all on your social media, Daddy. I didn't do anything from private pictures.
Okay. So so as I told you, right, I gave away my money for which I had saved to buy a camera. उसके बाद मुझे camera मुझे मिला, I bought one camera. So I was playing around with this camera. There was this student, Tanvi. I don't know if she's watching it, but Tanvi used to come. She was my student. I used to teach her guitar, and then we used to do a lot of masti also. And after this is some post class scenes that was happening. We were checking out with the camera how it works, and also she told me to just stay there. I was probably trying to see something. She said just stay there, and I want to click a photo. That's why she clicked a photo. I should remove this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, tell me why.
We just wanted to make some, light moments, make people laugh and smile. So this is how I told you, right? This is my posture of worship, one of
Yes.
the postures. So this guy was being very Indian, and I was not being very Indian. So I thought, let's make fun of this.
Where is this from?
This is in HCC Church, Pune.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is on one of the Women's Day. I was forced to do this.
Yeah. And that was the last Women's Day that you did.
Yeah, I think so. I did a lot, but yeah, let's not go there.
And tell me about this.
Ooh, What pose was that? So I was very happy, by the everybody knows now by the look of me. And my wife gifted me this iPad years ago. I don't remember how many years ago, but iPad 4 Retina display, which is happily owned by my father now. My dad uses it now. So yeah.
And tell me this situation, why all of you
So
are
we thought
like
of a
this?
very interesting photo to take and to post, because this was on the morning of the day of the release of Pyar Hai album. This evening was supposed to be the release of Pyar Hai, and we wanted to show ourselves very excited and stunned that today evening this is happening. So I just made a call to everybody. I said, wherever you are, guys, just click a photo like this and send. We did that and made a collage. I love this song.
Oh, yes. And this.
This is M1
Tell
and
me
Cam.
why.
Come on, Pastor Viraj, if you are there, we love you. Some crazy moments in this camp we have experienced, and some other band was leading worship, and I was like free. Thank God, my hands are free. I'm not on stage. I can praise Him the way I want to. I want to get, I want to be like, as stupid as I can look. And I danced crazily, and then at the end, I was wanting to whistle like a Mawali, but the whole that's how it is. Next.
Okay, that was the last picture,
Thank you.
and you did a good job. And I want to ask, do you whistle? I want to see you whistle. How do you whistle? Show us all.
Everybody should close their ears, because I know more than one ways to do that.
Okay, go ahead. Do that what you're doing in the picture.
I can do that. It's okay. I can do that. But let me tell you, my dad has one of the most sweetest way to whistle. Better than my singing is his whistling. And I'm not and I'm not kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. Actually,
I agree.
yeah, better.
I'm testifying
Better
that.
than my singing is his whistling. I'm no jokes. Okay, so yeah. So I don't want to do it because my mom will come up.
Okay, so we are into our last session of the interview,
How much time?
which is we have time. It'll be quick. So this was the last questions from the people. There are some assumptions about you that I asked people yesterday. So I took out a few. There were a lot of people saying good things about him. People I'll send it to him personally, but I just wanted assumptions. So I just picked those specific questions. Okay, so you just have to answer in yes or no. That's it. You don't have to explain. Okay, can we go quick?
Yeah, but again, a call came and your voice is not dropped down. I don't know what to do. Guys, can you tell me what to do when a call comes in the live thing, the voice goes out?
You just cut
I cut it,
out.
but the voice is
Now
now like 10%.
you try to turn on the volume up.
Doesn't work.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
Just a minute, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, tell me.
Yes. So you have to just answer in yes and no and tell if these assumptions made by people for you are true or false.
Okay.
Cool. First assumption is Amit Kamble is trying to be fit these days.
Trying to be
Fit these days.
fit these days.
Yes.
True.
Okay.
Should I say true or false or yes or no?
Whichever suits you.
Okay.
Okay. Second, he's always high on faith. He basically never had a faith crisis or lack of faith about.
Hold on. Dear sister Rashmi, yes, my phone is switched off, but I'm getting calls on WhatsApp, my dear sister. Somebody is calling me on WhatsApp, some unknown number actually. Nobody can call because I've switched that off. But yeah, anyway, yes, please, sorry.
So second question is, Amit Kamble is always high on faith. He's basically never had a faith crisis or lack of faith about anything.
Yeah, false.
that he met your mom, like means mama, when they were very young, and it was love at first sight.
It wasn't love at first sight. No.
He spends hours and hours meditating on scripture.
Meditating on
Scripture,
false.
on the word. It is true. I have seen you do that.
See, I don't do it every day for like hours, but when I sit for 6 hours, 8 hours. I do that. I need an explanation to give. Otherwise, people will say, "अरे कोई जरूरत नहीं है पढ़ाई करने की word में." But it is true. It is true. It is true. Okay. Yes, I meditate
Yes.
a lot.
Okay. Pastor Amit's marriage was a love marriage.
Yes.
Pastor Amit has a secretive family.
What is that?
Maybe you keep your family things and all secretive. It's there.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Pastor Amit has learned Sangeet.
Pastor Amit has learned
Sangeet. Pastor Amit is very reserved.
yes.
Pastor Amit is very serious.
No.
Pastor Amit gets 1 lakh per event.
No. I hope someone
I wish that was true.
amen to that.
Yes. Last one is he can only play guitar.
My first
He can play other instruments
my
also
first
people.
my first instrument was a tambourine. I started with that. Then I started
I started playing dholak, then I started playing congo, bongo, then keyboard, peti, harmonium, I mean, all of that.
Okay, so we are at the end of Tales to Testimony for episode 1. There's something that you want to say, and there's still something that you want to tell something about people before we end. You can go ahead and do that.
This would be for me and for everybody who Abdela will be interviewing, Bachu will be interviewing. Guys, please don't have wrong assumptions about anybody as a matter of fact. Forget about us people who are on the limelight always, on the stage always. We are our life are always at, we are humans, we will make mistakes. Pray that we won't, but even when we do and you come to know, pray for us, help us out. Do not make any kind of assumptions and spread things which would eventually, not help anybody to spread the name of the Lord. So, this again, one more thing I want to share, which is not connected to me at all, but if you can, because it's about tales to testimony, about life. If you know about a person or specifically about a man of God who has done wrong, like anything, don't put it on social media. Don't defame him. That is not us. That is not Christ. If you know that person, go to that person, talk to him, help him out, pray, and bring him out of it. But do not defame. Let's not judge, guys. Maybe I will fail in coming days. Don't catch me for my words. Maybe probably you can tell me what I told you now when I do that. But again, I'm telling you, please encourage each other. Love everybody. Pray for me. Pray for my family. Pray for my wife. Pray that I will come up with a lot of new songs. I will release a lot of new songs. Pray for finances of the new songs that we require. Pray for the studio that I am looking forward for. That's it. And God bless you. I love you all so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that word. Yes, people, the whole purpose of me doing Tales to Testimony was not that I just wanted to start another live or do another thing because everybody is doing it. It's been in my heart since very long, even before lockdown. I wanted to do it in YouTube somewhere, but this season just gave me this time to do. I just wanted to bring real people to you, the real side of people that you are looking up. They also have life. They also have things to learn from more than their songs and preaching. Their lives is a testimony. and it's beyond the tales told about them and assumptions given to them. So I hope you were blessed by it. Please join me next Thursday. There will be one beautiful person joining me. You might not know him, but I am very sure that his life will bless you. Thank you, Daddy, for doing this and making my first episode good. And I hope you had a good time. And thank you, people, for being so good. Even the starting had glitches and all, but you were stick till the end. And I hope you stick with till the end. But there are lined up of beautiful peoples. I want you to be with me throughout. So yeah, thank you. I hope you had a good time, Daddy. You can say to them.
Master Vaibhav Kapoor, hi. Hello from Durban. How are you? And
Hi, Chacha.
yes, we love you, man. We should meet up. And
I love you too, Chacha.
Rupesh, man, UAE, definitely, let's do it. He's telling are you coming to UAE? Lockdown khatam ho jane do, let's plan for UAE, man. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Batru, thank you very much for hosting this. And I pray and I believe that it will not just be lighter moments, but everybody who will come up here on Dale's testimony, there will be something the viewers will take back with them, you know, and more to come. I am so excited. I know the list of people that are coming, and I'm really excited. So I'm looking forward for the Thursday Dale's testimony. See you guys. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, people. Thank you, people. Thank you for joining in for real life, real stories, and real hearts. God bless you. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.